So it's an end of an era in this office. As you can see, it's a little bit bare behind me, green screen obviously, because it's a bit of a mess. This will be the last video that I will be recording, probably in this house before I move home. So let's get into it. Let's talk about, if I started again, what would I actually genuinely do? Let's get into it. So this is when I first started investing in cryptocurrency. This was in 2016 in October, roughly this sort of time frame. Now, I was buying on blockchain.com. I was only buying Bitcoin. I then decided to buy Ethereum later on. And then I went on to like the Poloniex and stuff like that to buy altcoins. And I was literally throwing my money at random shit. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just looking on the exchange. It was just all one big blur. Like, oh my God. Scary. So the first point, and the only point you really need to consider first, is educate. Educate yourself, because honestly, it will majorly help you. If you've been through a cycle, you may have been burned. If you've been through a cycle and got to another cycle, you may well have made a lot of money. If this is your first ever time in cryptocurrency, you need to get over the fact that this is a crazy market. There's a lot of skill that you need, from transferring stuff around to staking to being able to capitalize on opportunity, profit taking. Oh, it's mad. The more you know in finance, the better your life will be. Too many people come in, they get wrecked, they fuck off. Literally. Apologies for the friends. However, with this education side of it, right, I want to do you guys a deal. Because this is, as I've said at the start of this video pretty much, probably the last video I'm going to be doing in this house. This is where my whole journey began with cryptocurrency, building the company, doing it all from here. Pretty awesome. So, there's a discount on the top of that website, but for you guys, right, if you put in discount code, the last one, you'll get 50% off the annual and the 6 monthly package on learning crypto, right? There's a link below to where you need to go, and it's all there. If you put in the links, you will get a huge discount. This discount has been well received when I did it on Twitter, when I did my 5-year anniversary. So there we go. This will end at the end of August. So be quick, because it will run out very, very quick. It will probably run out very, very quickly. It usually does. Anyways, let's talk about why education is going to be the end game. Because the 2 points that follow this is all about education. The reason being, as I said before, people just come in when it's really green and then just disappear. The first thing you need to really worry about, other than the fact of researching stuff, understanding the market, understanding what is happening, there's one thing that I think is overlooked massively in this market. It's all to do with technical analysis. Sounds daft, I know. But a lot of people are not willing to jump to this next step, which is usually getting into TradingView. Nothing mental, nothing crazy, no real indicator. If you remove the fib, you can. And this is why I have the likes of Learning Crypto when I created it, to educate people. Back when I first started in crypto, there wasn't any educational platforms out there. There was hardly anything. Even on the world of YouTube, it was like nothing. It was a ghost town. Had to teach it yourself, taught people. This is kind of where I am today, right? Same with the likes of my Patreon. I do extra videos, right? It's different to Learning Crypto, but I do extra videos. I help people within a community kind of aspect, because community is important. When you are alone, it's quite hard when you're in the world of crypto or finance or whatever. It's good to be within a pocket of a community. It really helps. So again, another little facet point, join a community. It really helps. But when you're looking at stuff like this, it's like, oh my God, what is this? The more you know about this in terms of 2 things, literally 2 things, you need to know the asset you're buying under or overvalued. That is literally it, right? Simple as that. And how to figure that out is usually by looking at 2 things. Where is it, and what is a trend doing? Are you looking at an asset like XRP that was once a really big, strong asset back in, even in May 2021 versus today? Or are you buying at the top of a candle because there's been a bit of positive news in terms of the lawsuit, for example? Same with BTC. If you're looking at this, price analysis, well, we were at $69,000. we went down to $15,000 and we started to trend upwards towards 31,000, 32,000. The more you know about price action and understanding the trends and understanding the ability of it, it makes it simple. So the one thing that you should have on your chart is a moving average or an EMA, an exponential moving average. I personally use the 21. What does this do? This tells you a very, very simple line of, well, is it in a bull cycle? Is it trending? Or is it just a point of where you shouldn't be buying? One of the rules that I like to play, it sounds a bit daft to say this, but there's a rule where you shouldn't buy and there's a rule where you should buy. So for example, if you look at the previous cycle, look at May 2021, give or take around this point, above the moving average 21 throughout majority of the time, and obviously we snap back below it majorly. These are the sort of things where you should realistically be like looking, well, I don't really want to buy this because it's below it. Especially when you look at the end of the cycle, you've gone from roughly November 2021 all the way pretty much to it changing its trend in January 2023. Got to be careful when you buy. You don't want to buy the dip that keeps on dipping. The more you know about analysis, the easier it becomes. That's just one element. There's lots of others. As I say, this video, I'm not going to go over all of them because you'll get lost. But it does help. Other factors, right? We talk about education, we talk about technical analysis. You also need to understand more and more about the asset, the data, the past data, the information that's on the chart. Obviously, we don't have much data here because it's a Binance chart, but if you're buying an asset that you've researched, it looks good because it's got good data or it's just got a good website, what about the rest of it? What about everything else? TA is great when you combine it with fundamental analysis, FA. And FA is just what is happening, right? How does it work? What is the utility? Who are the team? Does it make money? Has it been, a victim of a scam, or has it scammed people in the past? Does it have a shady team? When you combine that with an undervalued or overvalued proposition, you can then go, well, I want to buy that. Same with dividend stocks. You are buying strong reporting companies or perceived companies, but you need to kind of go, well, let's do a deeper dive into that. What are the financials like? What is a dividend yield? What is a dividend growth? You get the idea? Same with crypto. You've got to look at certain things. They're different, right? The final thing, other than the obvious education, knowing about everything that you need to know, other than the fact of technical analysis with some fundamental analysis of, understanding the asset. But the one thing that I think people also trip out on, or trip over massively on, is having too many assets. Don't go crazy. Pick 7. In crypto, pick 7. Why do I say 7? Having too many becomes a problem in any investment fund, right? You're not investing in a fund, you're investing in a portfolio that should be managed by you only. So when you've got 7 altcoins, it's easier to manage versus say 20. How can you keep on top of 20 assets? How can you look every single day at 20 assets, what they're doing, what their news is, if there's been any updates? Cryptocurrency is a very fast evolving machine. It really is, because protocols change, staking changes, wallets change, things disband, things go a bit wrong. Be careful, very, very careful. Trust me, the more careful you are, the more you'll make, because if you start aping into stuff because some influencer said, yes, 3 bags full, sir, you're going to probably get wrecked because they are making money off you through liquidity purposes, right? Be careful. Fundamentals are key, but the fundamentals of risk management is also key. Don't go mental, because you will get excited. You'll start buying all these coins. You'll be like, ooh, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I want to buy this. Just a fat kid in the shop, right? It's a problem. Problem is, you can't keep on top of it. If you have more than 7, you're going to start feeling a little bit stressed. Unless you've been here a long, long time and you understand what you're doing and you've got a load of shitcoin portfolios, fair enough. But if you're new, yeah, you're probably going to struggle. So, keep it simple. Educate yourself. Understand technology, technical analysis. And finally, risk management. Do not go overboard. Don't go crazy, because the less individual assets you got, the more you can manage, and the more actually you can put in those and make more multiples if you picked a good asset. So, last video of this house. We're done. Check out the discount. Trust me, for £60, you will learn a hell of a lot. Welcome to the family.